Hey guys, Ningen here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we have another one of the videos that proves why your boy here is the Super Battle Road King. Now, other people have done the full power stage, no items before me, that is true. However, all of the people that I have ever seen complete this stage, no items, so Truth's run, DBZ World's run, somebody did a run on Global for I think the first time the other day in a video, but they did as well. All of those people have INT LR Cell. And INT LR Cell is basically a Super Battle Road cheat code. If you have him, you should be able to know items every category stage that he can fit on, because it is such a huge advantage to get a full heal in every single fight. Because it's one of the hardest things obviously about the no items runs. So I have been trying various different team builds. Some of you guys have seen me on stream before try with a Kamehameha team, because obviously Gohan and the Go Bros are very good, but like no one on the team can really tank super attacks. So basically I've been biding my time waiting, and now of course we have the STR Omega Shenron EZA with that beautiful passive of minus 40% attack to the enemies. So I decided to run, as you can see here, a full extreme version of the full power team. So I am using double physical Broly, which is kind of risky because whilst he does have an AoE super, it doesn't do a huge amount of damage, and then his defense really isn't very good. Like on almost every single rotation that he's going to be on, like if he takes a super attack, you are going to lose like over half your health. Now, that obviously is the liability, but it allows you to bring these extreme units that work super well on the rotations together. So we have Tech Golden Frieza, who of course, after his EZA now, like, he just takes no damage from anything. I think the most he takes from a super attack in this entire run is about 25k, maybe 30. And then in Angel Golden Frieza is kind of an interesting choice. He has reasonably good defense, but in terms of a Super Battle Road no items run, it's not the best. However, he does also have a passive that slightly lowers the enemy's attack and defense, so that is quite useful. And then of course, as you've seen already, the other main rotation that we're running is the STR Omega, but linked up with the STR Perfect Cell, because STR Perfect Cell also nerfs the enemy's attack if there are 2 or more enemies on the rotation. So that's an extra 20%, and then of course he raises his defense every time he super attacks. He has an AoE if you can get 11 ki, which also heals you. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a point in this run where I use the AoE super against a single enemy just because it will give me some more health back, because anything you can do to get health back in the no items runs is so big, which again is why LR Cell is so good. So this rotation, like, just basically can't take damage apart from super attacks. Like, I'm pretty sure even Broly at the end here would take double digits from Yamcha, although I think we probably get rid of Yamcha this turn. Yeah, Omega easily takes him out there. Omega dealing quite a crazy bit of damage. And then of course remember that not only does he nerf the attack, but Omega gives 40% attack to everyone on the rotation, because obviously everyone is on the full power category. So that enables units like Broly, who's obviously firing off an AoE, has the potential to get an additional, which there he does here. I think he might actually even finish him off here. That just gives him such a massive boost to his attack, that massive 40% extra. And unfortunately we don't take him out, but this is actually kind of a blessing in disguise, because I wanted to go into the next fight with Tech Golden Frieza, because obviously we can put him in a slot where he'll just take no damage. But then I realised that because he survived and we got this rotation, we're going to get the Omega and Cell rotation to start the next fight, and I think that's actually better, because their combined attack nerfing, they just take such little damage, you don't have to worry about anyone else on the rotation. Whereas obviously if we went into the next fight with Golden Frieza and in Angel Golden Frieza, Golden Frieza could get super attacked, regardless of where you put him in those first 2 slots. Like, Tech Golden Frieza will be perfectly fine, but the Angel Frieza could be a bit of a liability, especially against the Gohan and Videl here. Obviously, if he gets super attacked by Goten and Trunks, he at least has type advantage. But yeah, this first rotation, even putting physical Broly in that last slot where he's going to get hit by STR, Gohan and Videl, I'm kind of taking a risk, because if they super attack, he will take a lot of damage. But fortunately, because of the like 60% nerf. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it applies 40% first and then 20%. Not actually sure how that works, but even super attacks don't do a lot of damage when these two are on the rotation, so it kind of minimizes that liability factor that the physical Broly has. So here we go, we're going to see Omega take a super attack from neutral typing, 47,000. I mean, I'm so used to doing attempts of these runs where if someone takes a super attack, even with neutral typing, you're looking at like 200,000 damage, and that's why this run has been so difficult up until now. Because without a unit that can give you a free full heal, it's very difficult. And because obviously we can't overlook the fact that once the INT LR cell actually transforms, he becomes insanely powerful, very tanky. I think he lowers attack with his super attack, which is huge in Super Battle Road. And that is of course one of the reasons why we bought the other member of the team, who's just been floating in that last spot, the STR Android 21. She lowers attack with her super, she heals when she supers, and she does have decent links with the rotation. She always is going to be there at least for Fierce Battle, and of course if we end up putting her next to Cell, they link fairly well together as well. So that gives us a little bit of extra healing, and the attack lower is really important. It basically means if she's on that third slot with Omega and Cell, she can't take damage as long as she aims her super at whoever's going to be attacking her. Because even one application of the attack down with all of that passive attack down is it just completely nerfs their ability to do damage to you. So we are progressing very well through this stage. See, in Angel Golden Frieza still takes 50k from a normal attack, and then this is a super but with type advantage. So yeah, see, 78, still quite a bit. So again, close towards half health now. And obviously, whilst we do have those units that can give us small gains, like Cell with his 11 key or Android 21, it's very hard to recover from being under half your health. However, something of course that does kick in here is big bad bosses, which Omega and Cell share. As soon as that becomes active, that's an extra 25% attack and defense that they both get on top of their passive ability to lower everyone's attack. So we actually get quite lucky. I think this happened in the first fight as well. Gohan and Videl survived with the tiniest sliver of health, which is actually good for us because it means Cell's passive activates and we're lowering the attack even more. So it's unfortunate that they super attacked in the first slot, but they only did 25k. And whereas if we were against one opponent and Cell wasn't getting that buff, it'd be quite a lot more. So this is where I get the, so we get the 11 key super even though Gohan and Videl are taken out, but it gives us that little bit of a heal. We're just over half health, so not too bad. And then we'll get a heal here from 21. So, and that of course attack lowers Goten and Trunks. So we are not going to take much damage from them moving forward, especially on this rotation. So yeah, look at this. Golden Frieza with his full passive active, even though INT would have type advantage, like, because his tanking is so good and their attack lowered, he will literally take nothing here. And then even the Golden Frieza should be fine there. And Broly's not in danger of getting hit, so we're getting dangerously close to the Dokkan mode here, which I really didn't want to get with Gotenks almost being dead. But Broly does have the ability, yeah, look at that, 3,000 damage from a super attack. Broly has the ability to super multiple times. In Angel Golden Frieza obviously has type advantage, so he's going to do a reasonable amount of damage. I mean, he's over a 2 million attack stat. Considering how old of a unit he is, he still works very well with linked up with Golden Frieza. Yeah, see, 4k. He took the same damage from a normal attack that Golden Frieza took from a super attack. So, but yeah, this is where we need Broly to come through and deal the big damage. So they survive with the tiniest sliver of health, but we get the additional super. So this basically guarantees that we take them out, and we get to move into the third and final fight with the Dokkan attack ready to go, which, as I'm sure you know, even if you're not using no items, it's huge play to get to that last fight and then just be able to Dokkan attack straight away, because it gives you such a huge head start. And of course you get a heal basically the second turn of the fight, so it sets you up really nicely. And yet again, we are going into the fight with the rotation of Cell and Omega. So not only do we get to fire off the Dokkan attack, but we're pretty much in no danger of dying on this turn, regardless of where they super attack, just because of all of the attack nerfing. And of course Broly at least now has type advantage now that we're finally facing an INT enemy, so he shouldn't really take any damage in that last slot there. I'm trying to figure out who to put first, because Omega has better defense now, so I decided to put him in the front slot. I'm not sure whether he would hit harder than Cell for the actual Dokkan attack, but I feel like he's going to tank the hits better, especially if there is a super, just because his starting defense is higher. And I always look at it as, because Cell can raise his defense, I should put him in the slot where he's getting hit after he's raised his defense, because if I put him in the first slot and Omega in the second, Omega's going to take the same damage regardless. Whereas Cell is going to take more damage in the first slot than he will in the second, so makes sense to put him there. Plus, Easy A STR Omega can get some pretty high attack stats, so it's not. I don't feel like it's a waste to get the Dokkan mode with him. Unfortunately, good old me and my mouse on the emulator, we do miss the last nodes of the Dokkan attack, so I was a little bit worried here because I'm now not sure how much damage this is going to do. Because I know this last fight is kind of tough in terms of their HP, but we do get a crit on the Saiyaman 1 and 2, and it does quite a bit more damage than I was expecting. And then Cell comes in with a massive crit, so we've basically taken out Saiyaman 1 and 2 in one turn, and then they super attack Cell type advantage, so he takes basically no damage. And then Broly coming in here. Funnily enough, I targeted the Goku and Vegeta because I knew he would do more damage to them, forgetting of course that he's just going to AoE, so he kills Saiyaman 1 and 2 and then does a nice little bit of additional damage to Vegeta and Goku. So there you go, we've literally gone into the second turn on full HP and we've only got one enemy left with a little over half their health. Now this is the rotation where I'm really not sure how this is going to play, because getting to the last fight on this run has been really difficult up until now, so I'm unfamiliar with how hard the LR Vegito unit can hit, so I'm not sure whether even after her attack lower, 21 will be safe from all those attacks. So I figure because we are close enough to the event being over, I'm going to take a risk and put her here, hoping that they don't super, because then she's going to attack lower them and only take one normal attack. But so of course, typical Super Battle Road, they super attack me in the first slot, so 270,000 damage. So it's a good thing we just got a full heal. And then she's going to give us a little bit of a heal back. Doesn't take too much damage off of the normal. So now we know Golden Frieza is just going to be able to soak up all of the attacks in the back. So the super attack at the start is definitely a bit of a yikes, but we're still in it. We got the possibility to get the 11 key super with Cell, plus of course that nerfing from Omega. We obviously don't have that additional attack lowering from Cell because of the fact there's only one enemy left, so we're kind of very much hoping that we don't get a first slot super attack here, but as long as we survive this first slot then we should be all good, because with Cell's attack and then Broly with type advantage, we should be looking good. So with Big Bad Boss is active, 2.4 million attack stat, we get a crit, and look at that, there's still a fair bit of health left, but with no super attack in sight, they only deal double digit damage, and Cell comes in almost a 3 million attack stat there and takes them out. So there you go, that is the run completed. Full power category stage of Super Battle Road, no items, with no INT LR Cell on the team. So like I said, whilst I obviously haven't looked at, you know, every single forum post ever, I did look around on YouTube and I have never seen a run of this done without INT LR Cell until now. So there you go. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord. Those links are in the description below. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.